Today we're gonna make meatloaf, and the ingredients are onions, peppers, garlic, seasonings. I'm gonna show you what I like. Oregano, cumin, garlic salt, Maggi juice, salt in case, saffron, ketchup, milk, bacon, 1 egg, raw egg, and 2 boiled eggs, which are boiling right now. Okay. So we're gonna start by putting in the blender. I do it this way. I prefer it this way, but you can put the whole thing. I'm gonna put in the blender a few of the peppers. Little bit of the onions, with I will say about half cup of milk. Milk. Can add the egg to it. And add your seasoning to it. This is oregano. Cumin. Some of the garlic salt. Maggi juice, 1 packet of saffron, we'll put everything in the processor. You can put the garlic as well. This time I'm not going to put it on. Taste the salt. Make sure it's good to your taste, and if so, you don't have to add any more salt because we are using bacon, so bacon will have salt on it. All right, pour that in a container. Oh, and I forgot the breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs. Okay. So I have my mix there. I'm gonna add the garlic to the mix. Just 1 spoon of garlic is good. About a spoon of ketchup. I already know how much it is. Mix it. The milk is gonna make our meatloaf fluffy. So good, very soft. Alright, I'm gonna put this right here. Meat in there. If you have time, mix the meat with the mix we did and leave it there for half an hour. But if you don't have time, just mix the whole thing and it will be ready. Okay, so let's mix it up. Let's make sure the meat is completely soaked on the next week bit. After it's completely mixed, we're gonna add the breadcrumbs. It's about 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. And mix again. Okay, so there are the 2 hard-boiled eggs in the containers for the meatloaf. I have 2 because I'm not sure if the quantity of meat that I got would be too much for just one. All right, let me move this here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, this is just bacon. I'm going to put the bacon in the bottom of the container. Well, not in the bottom, like kind of hanging in there, because the idea is to turn over the container when the meatloaf is done. So I'm gonna make like a bed of bacon. Let me just move it here so you can see it better. So you can see. And this is optional. I just like, you know, just like to make it pretty sometimes. I try to get low sodium bacon, just to avoid a little bit of that salt on it. All right, so I'm gonna add a thin layer of the meat. So, a thin layer of the meat. And I'm gonna just put the hard-boiled egg, just put it in there. So you can see. And now we're just gonna cover it with more meat. Just be careful not to squish the egg too much. Still, you can manipulate it and squeeze it a little bit because they're hard, but the idea is for the egg to be complete. So when you cut the meat, it's a very nice looking decoration. You can add vegetables like strips of peppers, strips of green beans, fresh. I would prefer fresh. You can add olives to it, and when you cut it, it looks so pretty. Especially for, you know, a gathering, a reunion, or something like that. Today is just our dinner, so doesn't need all of that fanciness. Okay. Well, actually, I think whatever meat I have left over, I will just do hamburgers with it. And I like to make sure it's well packed. As you know, the bacon has a lot of fat, and the ground meat has a lot of fat as well, so this is gonna shrink. So just try to pack it as much as you can.